The Skylanders are a group of very different creatures, and none of them are alike. But there's one character that just stands out a little bit too much and is a bit too weird for the roster, and that is Shroom Boom. Now I do like Shroom Boom. He has a very cool attack style, which is using a slingshot, but he's just a little bit too odd. I mean, he has one eye and he's a mushroom. I mean, that just makes no sense. But anyway, today we're going to be talking a little bit about him and how to use him properly. And of course, what upgrade path is the best upgrade path for him. So let's get right into it. Shroom Boom is a Skylander for the life element, and he's a relatively old character since he came out in Skylanders Giants, which is only the second game. Before he was a Skylander, he was actually in one of Chaos's mushroom gardens, where he would be used to be a topping on pizza. No, don't eat Shroom Boom! But luckily, he managed to save him and his fungi friends from a pizza night terror. And then he became a Skylander to do more courageous deeds. But he's quite hard to find on pizza night. I mean, those nightmares will stay with him forever. Unfortunately, when it comes to stats, Shroom Boom isn't doing too well, with only 60 attack, 80 defense, 50 speed and 80 luck. They are some pretty weak stats, but let's see if Shroom Boom can make it up to us with his attacks and upgrades. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. First of all, his primary attack is his slingshot, where he shoots off bouncy mushrooms, which can do a fairly decent amount of damage, but you need to get some upgrades for them to really be good enough to use. His second attack is a mushroom ring, and honestly, this isn't a very good attack, but I guess it can slow enemies down if they're trying to get to you and you're inside the ring, and it can also damage them a little bit, but overall, I don't really like this power. And his third attack is where he shoots a lot thinner mushrooms that go flying into the sky and then come down like extremely slow rockets. I have to say, this is probably one of the most powerful attacks, and he can use it quite quickly. And also, if you get the upgrade, you can hold down his first attack and it can make the mushroom pretty big and a lot more powerful. We're pretty much already onto the upgrade paths since he only has 3 upgrades and they're not really that important. So we'll start off with Barrier Boost, which is the top upgrade path, and it mainly focuses around your mushroom ring. So this one would be pretty helpful since, well, you know, the mushroom ring sucks. First up is Spore Power, and this is basically where, when you use your mushroom ring, sometimes clouds of gas might come out, which is very helpful for damaging enemies that are getting close to your shield. The middle upgrade is the Ultimate Ring, and it's actually not that ultimate. It just makes your ring a little bit bigger, but no worries because it is pretty helpful as it widens the attack range, and also it means that more gas clouds will come out. And the final upgrade is Back to the Beginning, and this is actually really fun to use, let alone it does damage to enemies. And you can go underground. You can go underground by holding the second button, which you use to form your mushroom ring, and you can just go wherever you want, man. It's pretty awesome. Okay, on to the second upgrade path, which is called Paramushroom Promotion. That's quite a mouthful. This upgrade path is for those that love to spam the first attack, which is just shooting mushrooms one by one by one. And hopefully this will be better than the mushroom ring, because, I mean, that upgrade path doesn't seem too promising. The first upgrade is called Lock and Load, and it's simply just making your mushrooms faster and making them do more damage, which is always helpful, but in this case, not too interesting. The middle upgrade is Fungal Infestation, and it's pretty much where if you use your para mushrooms and they hit an enemy, small little mushrooms will grow from them and infect them, doing damage over time. Looks a bit scary, but I mean it helps Shroom Boom, so I'll take it. Paratrooper Invasion is actually a pretty good upgrade because it means that you can shoot 3 para mushrooms at once, and well, you know, it's pretty basic, but I mean it's helpful, I guess. Now we're on to his Soul Gem, and I like this quite a lot. It's pretty simple as well. You just need to hold down the attack button and then you will slingshot yourself instead of just normal mushrooms. Like, this is pretty funny, and it also does a really surprising amount of damage. You should use this all the time. 2 Skylander games later, Shroom Boom got a repose called Series 2 Shroom Boom or Sure Shot Shroom Boom, which is a mouthful, so I'd rather just call him Series 2 Shroom Boom. And every repose, whether it be Series 2, Series 3 or even Series 4, has a Wow Pow. And this is a very special move that only the repost character has, and usually they're pretty awesome. And Shroom Boom's, well, I mean, it's pretty cool, but I think they should have done something different. His WoW power is called High Spore. Even though it's a good pun, it's kind of not that creative, since it's basically just a better version of his soul gem. All you need to do is hold down his first attack button for so long that these weird mushroom things come out of the ground and he bounces around them kinda like a pinball machine. And then after that, a giant explosion happens, doing quite a bit of damage, but I'm just left wanting more from this WoW power. I mean, it's just not that creative. Okay, before I go and continue with my boring life, I'm going to tell you guys what my favourite upgrade is and what upgrade path I recommend you take. I will be doing this for every Scalander that I do a basically video on, just to help you guys make the right choice. You know, since I'm the smartest person alive, you should probably listen to what I have to say. The upgrade path I think that you should take is definitely the Paramushroom one, which is the bottom one. This is just so much better in so many different ways, especially if you like spam attacks, because Shroom Boom has a few good ones. The mushroom based upgrade path is pretty cool and creative, but it's just not good enough, and I never really wanted to use the mushroom ring at all because it just didn't seem helpful enough. And my favourite upgrade is the big mushroom one. No, it's not the soul gem or the WoW POW. I actually really like this one since it's pretty cheap and it's actually a really big damage boost. Since when you first get Shroom Boom, he's not going to be that powerful, but then as soon as you get this upgrade, he just becomes a complete demon. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what Scalander I should do a basically video on next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.